Uh, uh, uh. Hello, everybody. It is October 13, 2020. Bryce Castillo standing up, trying to get his stand ring in before the show starts because I always forget. I never get a chance to stand. So your boy's getting his standing in right now, so he gets a stand. He doesn't even have to think about it. Hello, everybody. It's October 13, 2020. Bryce Castillo, your pre-show navigator here on the Night Attack podcast pre-show. What's coming up today? We got a great show for you guys. We're going to have a really great show, actually. We're going to have a great show. We got John Cullen of the Blocked Party podcast, the POD cast. You might know him formerly from Real Good Show. He's great. He's going to be joining us, and we're going to be playing together a new edition of Bump Bump Monster Match. October 2020 edition, Hypothetical Halloween. Going to be a good one. Then, Brian, Justin, myself will be in it. We'll be in it to win it. So look at that. In it to win it. Oh, we got someone asking. I think it is important that we do make sure we get this out of the way early. Time for Bryce's birthday borner. If you were born... Oh, there we go. If you were born between today, October 13th, and last Wednesday, October 7th, just on that day. Is that how this loops? They can't have any sort of backing arrangement to it? Oh, Christ almighty. Please let me know if you or a loved one has had a birthday between today, the 13th, and last Wednesday, the 7th. Please let me know here in the chat. It's really just... Okay, that's really not... It can't just be the same... It can't be 20 seconds that starts and stops over and over again. Okay, here's another one. Please let me know here in the birthday borner if we don't get anybody. And the other thing, so sometimes the birthday borner is great. It's meant to be a celebration of all of you and your birthdays. Okay, you're good. It's a celebration, but there is an insidious side to it. If we don't get anybody, if we can't say happy birthday to anybody this week, we do have to, and this I don't make the rules, we do have to give shout outs to Chris Brown, and we don't really want to do that. He beat Rihanna. He's not really a great guy, but just the law said, then that's the unfortunate thing is that's what the law says. So if you got a birthday between October 7 and October 13, please let us know. Please let us know. Otherwise, we're going to have I'm Bombo Cube. There you go. On the 11th. Happy birthday. I'm Bombo Cube. I hope you had a good birthday. Well, that's good enough. There we go. Folks, you got to do it now. We always do we got to do the birthday morning here at the beginning of the show. Jahandar says, my nephew Blake was yesterday. There we go. Happy birthday to Jahandar's nephew Blake. There we go. Happy birthday to both of you. Hope you guys have a good trip around the sun. You're already started for the next one. So there we go. And I'm Bob Cube, 10 months. A resubscription. Thank you so much. That's right, Ben Franklin. Happy birthday and fuck Chris Brown. So that's the birthday born, and thank you everybody for taking part in democracy. That's a version of democracy. Okay. So John Cullen coming up, Monster Match coming up. Got a good pre-show. Can check. Time for a little bit of a can check. Bump bump. I got the Austin Eastsiders Blood Orange. I like the blood. And Bob says, I ran my ass off to make. Oh, good. I'm so glad you made it. And Bob keeps on asking, should I smoke up? I think you know the answer to that. So I've got Blood Orange cider here. I like this cider. You get a good spit of orange in this, I think. I think it's a good way to describe it because it's not overpowering like a cup of, it's not like a cup of orange juice, but you do get orange juicy flavor to that. So that's the Austin Eastsiders Blood Orange. I'm gonna probably follow up with the Squeakle with the Austin Eastsiders Original. The Eastsiders Original's fine. It's dry though. It's dry. I don't like dry. I like fruity. I like smooth. I like easy to down. And even though I have impulse control issues, I'd rather have a nice, smooth, hard drink, a dangerous sort of drink, than have a very hoppy or a very dry type of alcoholic experience. Frankly, I'd rather just get let's go. Let's for me, it's we're doing it, then we're doing it. If we're doing it, then we're doing it. And sometimes that's why you need a spit of orange. That's why you just need to get it's not. It's there. It's there. It's not like a liqueur, right? You drink a liqueur, and it's like spicy water that looked at an orange. That they had a glass of spicy water in the same room that an orange had been. That's the hint. That's when you have a hint of a drink, when you have a liqueur, and this can of liqueur, spicy water, has been in the same facility used to process limes historically back in 1704. That's a hint. Nah, give me a real spit, just a real, and I mean a spit, like a spit in my face. Let's spit it in my fucking face. Let's go. There we go. Hello, everybody. So, in the news today, Apple showed off the new phones, iPhone 12, and the iPhone 12 Pro, as well as the mini home pod. I will say my take. Tech talk. Beep, 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 boop. Tech talk. I think if I didn't have a 2-year-old phone, I just within the past few days, finished paying off and own outright this iPhone XS. And so it's time for me to upgrade. It's time to upgrade. But I think if I was on the 11, the phones that came out last year, I don't know that this is the time to upgrade. I feel like, it's good to get the nicer processing and the GPU, and that ends up the battery is a little more efficient, but I feel like my battery life has been stable. It's been really stable. And I think if I was in the position of having an 11, I don't know that I would go to the 12. It's really feeling like we're back TikToking in a really sinister and subtle way. There are not a lot of major differences. I think it's a bummer that the 3 camera system, where you have the wide, the ultra wide, and the telephoto lens, I think it's kind of bunk that those are only on the now Pro phones. And maybe this is a branding thing, because there's always been a space for not always, but especially in recent years, there's been space for a lower end phone, right? With the 10, it was the 10R, or the SEs that they're doing, or the C version that they had. So maybe it's a branding problem. We're just calling that iPhone feels weird, because that is the convention that they do with iPad now. If you just have the iPad and it looks like the old iPad, it gets updates, but that's the low cost version, and then you get the Air or the Pro. But I feel like it's such a bummer that only the good stuff is in the Pros, and then like the cameras are even better on the Pro Max, the big Pro. Very, very weird. And then you compare the phones, and really the only difference is, well, the sizes can be different, because the normal iPhone has a mini and the iPhone Pro has the Max, which is just how we're doing that. But other than that sizing difference, the differences between these 2 lines of phones are having a third camera, the telephoto lens, having a steel antenna instead of the aluminum. And like the screens this year are the same. The screens are the same. They've got the same chip in them that's in the new iPads. It's like, what is... And the LiDAR. The LiDAR augmented reality stuff is in the Pros. So it's a very weird year to try to make a distinction between these, because I would like to go to the Mini, actually. I would like the Mini. I think that the size of the phone that I have now, which would be about the size of the Pro, if the 12 Pro, would be about the same size. But I like the size of the Mini. I think these are just inching too big. They're just inching too big, and I like the size of the small. I like that they are opening up that space. For the same reason I liked the iPad Mini. I think the iPad Mini is a really compelling size, especially on the go, or especially in a portable format. But I don't have the Mini anymore. I actually moved up to an old Air. But so I don't know. I don't want a big phone. I want the small phone. Give me a small phone and a big tablet. I don't know. Maybe that's it. The Bubba says iPad Mini will fit in your pocket if you got big ass pockets. I mean, it's not a pocket tablet for sure. It would fit in the pocket of a coat. And I have a pea coat, like a nice, just from Target pea coat, and it's got a big pocket on the side. And you could fit it. You could fit an iPad in there. But yeah, weird. Just weird. It's weird right now because I think because my phone is older, there's like it's a no-brainer to upgrade. And in fact, I would like to. Now that I own this phone outright, I want to see maybe I can sell it or trade it in. I don't know. I'd have to see what I could get for it on like eBay or something. And so one of the other things, who just mentioned that. But for an environmental thing, they are not including power bricks or ear pods, the wired headphones anymore, which I think is probably fine. You can still buy them if you'd like, but I think for most people they don't need them. I don't need them, though. I will say, because I think I guess I'll have to look at the thing, but but the cables that they're including is a lightning cable on the phone side, so the phone still uses the lightning cable, and USB-C on the other side. And I don't think I have a USB-C jack. I don't know where I would put it in. I don't know where I would plug this fucking thing in. So maybe I would have to buy a brick. I don't have what USB-C things do I have? I have all of the USB-C things. Here's the thing. All the USB-C things have the USB-C plug on the device side. So I have a for the Switch, I have a Joy-Con Pro or Pro controller that charges with a USB-C port, but that's a Type A on the other side. So it's just So that's phones. Weird. Just felt weird watching that whole thing, and then such a big reliance. Just a big reliance on 5G, the 5G technology. I know that's going to be the next thing. That's gonna. We've all decided on it. Where there's not even this whole thing like, well, is it gonna be LTE or is it gonna be WiMAX or CDMA Plus or whatever? But it was just everywhere. It was everywhere. The CEO of Verizon just takes the stage focus on the video for whole minutes, talking about 5G, and then it's part of everything. It's so weird because it'll be the next thing, but it won't be here for probably by the time the next iPhone comes out, right? Most people probably won't have access to a 5G connection before the next phone comes out, I would think. Not to mention that, like, in testing, at least as far as like a week or two ago, 5G speeds actually aren't faster than 4G speeds, because 4G improved over time, and 5G is still budding. And so 5G will eventually overtake it, but it just feels like, well, these were all the things you were saying during LTE. Oh, instantaneous, super fast. And it's like, well, in real life, it's nice. LTE is nice. It's better than 3G. But, you know, US mobile network generations are always behind what they should be, always are behind, granted, smaller countries. But it's a weird one. It's a weird one. So anyway, that's Tech Talk. Beep, 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 beep. And Bombo Cube says, remember Edge? I do remember Edge. So that's a little bit of your Tuesday. What else happened today? I feel like I woke up today with half of that Apple thing already done. I had already missed half of the Apple thing, which was good, which was exactly what I needed. I went back and rewatched the first half, and I realized I did not need to do that. And then put together the game. Had a sandwich, did my exercise, got my Just Dancing. I think I figured out. So we talked. Oh God, last week we talked about getting a DDR. Possibly getting a DDR pad. Find a foam DDR pad, something not very expensive, something not heavy, something that'll maybe absorb some impact because I'm in an upper floor of an apartment. And there are not a lot of good options for foam. There are not a lot of good options for foam pads. You look on some of the reviews, and a lot of times people will be more enticed to leave bad reviews with when they have a defect with the product. And there are not a lot of options for foam DDR pads. There are a lot of options for metal DDR pads. I think it's just right. I think it's just right out of the price range, though, for it. I think it's just right out of the price range for it. And Bomba Cube has a smart idea. Put the metal on foam. That actually makes sense. I could probably just get like some yoga mats or something, but that actually does make a lot of sense. But then, all right. If we're getting metal, then there's a lot of options. There's a surprising amount of options if you want a metal DDR pad. Foam, there's not a lot of options. There had been, I believe, 2 or 3 really major ones at the time when it was booming. And really, there's only 1 or 2 brands left nowadays, and they're not. I think the one that went away had been considered one of the better ones. And then you can get a soft pad, right? You can get I have a soft pad. I have a PS2 soft pad. Still, I pulled it out. Just to see if I had it. I have it. Put foam under a metal one. I think that makes sense. But then you gotta get a lot of. Then you gotta, because do you want it to? How accurate do you want it to be? How, it's a lot. It's a lot. And right now the people who are buying pads are pro and enthusiast players. People who are playing on the computer, which is probably what I would do. Would get a USB connection and hook up get my Stepmania shit back together. But it's a lot of people who are looking for competitive mats. And so they are graded on a competitive scale. And I think if I'm on a workout scale, which is I'm just needing to get through, DDR is great for exercise because it's using your legs instead of your arms, which the Just Dance focuses on your arms, and that's really tough because A, it wears out your arms, and B, it's not the most effective. It doesn't really force you to use your legs as much. But that's a big investment. That's a big space investment. I have a 1-bedroom apartment. I already am moving my coffee table once a day so I can do the Just Dance in the living room. Now I would need to store a metal pad? Store a metal pad? And it's big and it's metal? I don't know. People asking how would you play barefoot, socked, or with shoes? I think it would depend on. It would depend on the type, right? I think for metal it would be shoes, especially if I've got foam under it. For metal, it would almost certainly be shoes, I think. If it was foam, it would be socks. I see you, I think, asked earlier, I would need a bar. You can get them. The thing is, you can get the metal. You can go and buy a metal pad with a bar hooked onto it. I probably wouldn't get the bar one, I think. I probably wouldn't get the bar one. I don't think. I don't know. In any case. just pissing away money. No, I'm not. It would be nice. It would be nice to kind of have it in the rotation. The other thing I've been thinking about is so I do the Just Dance, and right now I have 2 games that I kind of go back and forth between because I think they have good, in general, song libraries. And it's frustrating because I do it on my Switch, and my Switch is hacked, and so I cannot go online, and I can't do Just Dance Unlimited. I would probably just pay for Just Dance Unlimited if my Switch was not banned for being hacked. But you got to make lemonade. And so the thing that I thought about today, the real smart thing, the thing about Just Dance is just video files, and it's tracking a motion thing. And so you could just find them on YouTube. So I'm thinking maybe what I should do is just go on YouTube and just find someone. People have recorded all of these video routines anyway. So just put them in a playlist, right? Go make a YouTube playlist, and you can shuffle YouTube playlists. I think I should do that. People are sending me DIY metal. I'm not gonna DIY make a metal pad. I'm not handy like that. I don't know if you know this. I'm not handy at this at all. I mean, it looks all right, the thing that they got here, but I'm not handy. I can't. Look at this. You're drilling holes. I don't have a drill. I don't have any means to do this. I could not possibly be the person to do this. There's so much. Look at this. My ass isn't gonna do. Look, my ass is not doing this. My ass is not doing that. No. It looks all right, but my ass is not doing that. No. Trey Warren said, "Have you considered Just Dancing?" Look, you need an artifice. You do need an artifice. I think, especially for me, it was a little bit for me. You need a little bit of an artifice to do it, right? Like, okay, I need a guide so I can see the moves and kind of have it's not just me in my living room, like doing stuff. It's like I'm calling, it's a call and response with the game. So I that's why I need at least I need the format of watching a video for it. Mechaholic says, I use Just Dance Now and Chromecast it to my TV. Just Dance Now is their free-to-play bullshit. And I could do that on the Apple TV if I wanted, but the selection is weird, and it's not as many things I think are in unlimited. I don't know. Aaron Brent says, talk Brian into doing a Modern Rogue episode on it. I think the guys have the means to put something like this together. Maybe. But I need one for me. Bryce needs one for Bryce's home. Let's see, what else? Supernova Girl suggests Zumba? Okay. I mean, I could be down for that, you know. And Bombo Cube is berating me about PlayStation VR and sending me a play. I don't need PSVR for that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Good, thank you, buddy. I don't need that. TSCN Sam asks, do you mess with Ring Fit anymore? I don't. And I really like Ring Fit. Maybe I should try it. Maybe I should get back into that a little bit. But it ended up being a thing where Ring Fit is a little more focused on muscle training. You do get a little cardio by doing the jogs and the squats in place, but it's really not it's not a calorie burning thing in the way that the dance stuff is. So I haven't messed with it too much. Whiskey Will says Brian loves Just Dance. No, he likes DDR. He likes DDR, so he would maybe use on video a dance pad if they did a DIY one, but I don't think it would get used. I don't know where it would be installed here. I guess, where would you install a DDR pad here? The studio here has a lot of space over on that side, but we film over that way, and already cabinets. The kitchen / common area is a little narrow. Maybe in the equipment room, maybe that could be, or in the soundstage, I guess. Yeah, the soundstage could totally work. Kate Nightingale says, I use Beat Saber on VR. Beat Saber is really cool. Beat Saber is really cool. I would be interested to see what long session exercise looks like with Beat Saber, because that's another thing where it's arm focused. It's both arm focused. I know they have some leg stuff where you're moving around and avoiding columns and things, but I'd be interested in that. That might be interesting. I don't have a VR thing. I would need to get a Quest, I think. Whiskey Will says maybe you can talk Jeff into it on the Rage Select channel and podcast. He does the Just Dance party over here. Actually so I've done that Just Dance party the past few years, and that is what got me open to the idea of doing the Just Dance for exercise. It's fun. I don't know. We go and have fun and, drink and spend the night, or spend, the evening dancing in a group and Backstreet Boys and all sorts of stuff. Shooper says, you youngsters need to go outside more instead of trying to exercise in your rooms. Pull some weeds, cut down a tree, and split the wood. Oh, shut up. Shut up. So, and like Supernova Girl says, it's the temperature will start to come down pretty dramatically. Even, here in Texas, today it was, let's see, will this tell me what it was earlier today? It was up in the next 24 hours. Like, tomorrow's going to get to about 90, the 80s, rest of the week. But the temperature in here in Texas drops precipitously, right? Hot all summer, and then like a week or two where it's kind of nice, and then just in the dirt, the temperatures. And so, and my apartment gym is not open, or I think it is, but it's only open limited hours, and I like to go at night, and I don't want to go to a fucking gym where there's no ventilation and other psychos there. I don't want to do that. Hey Howie, how intensive is here? Oh, okay, nobody reminded me. I told people in the chat to remind me. Thursday. You have plenty of time if you're listening to this on the Patreon. Thursday here this week, Thursday of this week, that is October 15th. We're going to do a special presentation of Marbles with Bryce. Marbles with Bryce is a physics game where people in the chat type in a command and they get a marble with their name on it. And it runs through a marble race, a virtual marble race, like you've seen those videos of. We found out last week, while doing marbles, a special feature on some of their circuit formerly known as laps tracks, that now you can set a custom number of laps. So everyone has to, the default is 3, but everyone has to finish a certain number of laps on their own now before they can win. Well, what we found out late into that stream. There was no way we could have done it during the stream, but I think we're going to do it this week. The Marbles 500 will take place October 15 here in twitch.tv/nightattack. The way that this is going to work, we're going to do 500 laps of the paperclip, the original oval racetrack. 500 laps. That should be about... I'm going to do the math here again. I'm going to pull up a calculator. Can I go on this computer calculator app? Okay, here we go. So we've got 500 laps. 500 laps. One lap takes about a third of a minute. That's 165 minutes divided by 60 minutes. That's about 2 3/4 hours. Possibly. For a 500 lap race. We're gonna do it. So we have to be very specific. So one of the things about it normally with the Marble streams is roll up. We'll have a new match starts every couple of minutes. So if you show up and you're in the middle of a thing, then you gotta wait. So we have to be very specific about the timing here because once the race starts, we can't add anybody, and it's gonna take 2 3/4 of an hour. So the stream will start at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. That's 6 o'clock Pacific. We are going to open entrance. You can type in the chat to get into the race at 15 minutes before the stream starts. 7:45 Central Time on Thursday, the 15th p.m. You can get it. You can jump in early. You can get in. We'll have space for 400 people. We will have plenty of space for everybody, but you have to join. This is Thursday. Because I want to have enough time where people have the chance to join. So there will be 15 minutes before the stream starts. 7:45, the gates are open. 8 o'clock the stream starts. We'll spend another probably 15 minutes letting people join in. We will race, or we won't race, but we will run the track and we'll talk about it. And then at 8:15 p.m. Central Time, the race is on. The race is on for 2 3/4 of an hour. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I don't know why I'm signing up for this, but Pop Spark, I'm just telling you, Central Time, 8 o'clock Central Time is when the stream starts. You'll have 15 minutes before and after that time to join in. Dan33 says, is there a prize? I was thinking about doing a prize. In fact, okay, we'll do a prize. I will out of my own no, not a custom DDR platform. I will buy the winner of the race of the Marbles 500 on Thursday a copy of Hades on Steam, a copy of Hades, or on Epic if they want it. It's a cool new rogue-like game that has just exited early access and is supposed to be very good. It's a new game from the Transistor folks. So one more time, Thursday, October 15th. The stream starts 8 p.m. Central Time. That's 9 o'clock Eastern. 7:45 p.m. Central. You can start. You can get in early. Make sure you get in a spot. 8:15 p.m. Central Time. The race is on, folks. The race is on. All right. Set your calendars. Howie asks, "Do you think San Diego State can pull it off?" Now, Howie is Howie talking about the new John Boy's production of 20,020. Are you guys keeping up with 20,020? 20,020 is so good. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Yeah, I thought they had a really great update on Monday. Really riveting. You know, the idea of this big play that Nick and Manny of San Diego State are pulling off, and then the result of it. I think it's such a great. I went back and reread 17,776 Monday or Tuesday night? Monday night. It must have been Monday because today is Tuesday. I'm doing great. I don't know where the fuck everybody is. I talked to Brian. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll join in the pre-show early." Mm-hmm. But it's a fantastic multimedia experience. The mixture of the awesome John Boy's aesthetic for videos and really great, really smart, and colloquial writing for all of the tech stuff. Really great imagery. It's really great, and I'm glad to see it. It was funny going back and rereading 17,776 because that's a very existential sort of piece, right? It's a lot about like, we're in the far future. Whoa, what does the far future look like? And so it's a lot of like talking about society, talking about humanity, where 20,020 is a little more focused on this one specific game of ball. And it's great, and it's really great. And yeah, I think it's great that there's like that Nick and Manny are like in a relationship, and it's cool. I think it's just really cool. But yeah, there's also drama with it too. So is that? I think I see the man. No, and then he runs back. Okay, cool stuff, everybody. But yeah, so one more time, Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, twitch.tv/Night Attack. The Marbles 500. Boo-boo! And up for prize is a copy of Hades. So check that out. Neil Flash, where do you think Bryce is getting the money for the prize? Look. Look. I love you guys. All right. Well, it's 8:37. Let me see. At this point, I kind of thought I would be having some time to maybe send out a tweet that we're live, or bounce off of somebody, or really kind of just get some relief here, but apparently not. So that's coming up Thursday, and then Friday we're back with more Friday Night Bryce Another Day, my Hitman 2 challenge series. So check out all that stuff coming up here on twitch.tv/Night Attack. Have you guys bought? Has anybody bought any Prime Day stuff? I have not bought any Prime Day stuff. Prime Day is not good to me. I'm pulling up now The Verge's Prime Day Guide: Tips, News, Deals, Sales, Tech, Gadgets. I mean, there's not gonna be anything good, right? The best anti-Prime deal, how to find the best deals on TVs. Oh, this is not even. Oh my goodness, this is. Have you bought anything? You tell me if you bought anything. Seth's got a $5 smart plug. Smart plugs are pretty good. Smart plugs are pretty good. I've got a couple of those. I have Me Ross brand smart plugs. They work with HomeKit. I really like those. I think those were relatively cheap. Let's see. Spin Dash got a $5 4K Fire Stick. Okay, it is it's impressive how much they've brought the prices down on the Fires and the Roku devices. I mean, they want people to have those devices, and they are pricing them to move. Let's see. Bobcat bought some Blu-ray movies and TV things. Wabbit Magic bought an M2 solid state drive. Those things are crazy. Awesome. That's super cool. G James bought a Bluetooth headphone adapter. What did you get? Because I feel like I've had such a shit time trying to get Bluetooth onto my desktop computer. I had a little USB thing that I bought with the computer that they plugged in and didn't really seem to connect to anything. And then I bought another one, and then just the Bluetooth connectivity is just not good in the first place. Let's see. Pops and Recline got $115 AirPods. Okay, that's pretty good. Blue Eye Ginger Southpaw got Blu-ray sets for Police Squad and the Naked Gun trilogy. That's interesting. I know the one thing I did see the other day is that they have I'm assuming it's a multi-disc set of Mr. Robot, the complete series on Blu-ray. That seems really interesting. I would be down to get that. Is that Justin? Hello? Possibly. It might possibly be Justin. We're not quite sure.
Yo.
How's it going, my man?
Oh.
Giving you a call here on.
There we go.
Skype. Justin, you get anything on Prime Day? Are you a Prime Day person?
Oh shit! Is it Prime Day?
It's Prime Day.
It's Prime Day. Prime Day. Gotta buy a battery on Prime Day.
It's always batteries.
Because it's $10 instead of $13.
It's always like get 80 replacement baby bottle nipples for $3.14.
I feel like I would subscribe to a thing that just charted everything I own and then just told me when Prime Day was happening.
I think it's happening tomorrow too.
Although actually, let me double check because I have also wanted a one of those new Kindles.
Oh, sure. The was it the Paperwhite?
Paperwhite.
Or
yeah.
the Oasis?
Just the one, the one with the more ergonomic handle.
Is that the one with the buttons? With the page turn buttons?
Yeah, the physical button.
I had those when
can you mute the skizite?
There we go. I had one of those back in the day, back when
the Earth was young.
when they had like the keyboard buttons on the bottom and all. And having a page turn button is really good. I mean, I'm sure that the touch recognition is much better now, but I wouldn't want to swipe around. I just let me click. Just let me click.
Holy shit.
What's that?
Definitely $100 32-inch TV. If anybody needs fucking monitors.
That's not bad. Is it 1080, 1440? 4K?
I don't know. 30. I don't know. If it
if it doesn't say, then it's probably 1080.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's more like, hey, look, here's the cheap thing. $250 4K 50-inch.
Wow.
It's Insignia, so God knows what kind of.
I would feel weird buying an Insignia brand thing on. Is this on Amazon? Because Insignia is the Best Buy house brand.
Yeah.
That's bizarre, especially on a day because Best Buy is like running their like anti-Prime Day deals today.
Oh, are they? Maybe they're also just trying to unload some shit.
I mean, aren't we all? You know?
Aren't we all,
J-Man? Oh.
All right, so here we go. Here's a Kindle Oasis.
Okay. And is it on sale?
$200.
Okay. That's not crazy because those Oasis are expensive.
Expensive.
Dude.
I
just saw like 10 deer. They were like 10 deer. 10 deer. I was on Tinder.
Okay.
Looking for some hot fawn action.
Looking for some hot tail.
Hot fawn. Some cottontail. Yeah, dude, it was weird because first two like bounded off, and I'm like, "Whoa, deer!" Like as if they were bros at a party, and I was like, "Hey, what's up? Why are you going?" I'm like, "Okay," and then I take like 3 more steps, and then I just see this massive motion to my left, and I'm like, oh, 3 more deer, and then I kept walking, and then at some point there was enough motion around me that I was punching in the code to the office shack because I needed to turn off that computer and update it for Windows, and then. Like, I was just aware
that Oasis.
that they were all around me, and I just got a little bit of that, maybe I'll hurry up, inside, because, I don't know. Have you ever seen a deer kick a dude's ass?
No.
They get on their...
I'd assume it'd be with their legs.
Yeah, they get on their back tails, and they're just like, papa, papa. I bet you could find something real fast, Bryce.
I actually need to. Y'all ended up joining the pre-show early ended up being kind of late for.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, that's on me.
I have to do some tech stuff right now.
Okay. Gerbs.
Yo, what's up, fam?
Oh man. The thing I was about to say we can't talk about on the air. Doggone it. Oh well.
Oh man. Now I wonder which one.
It's the thing
The
that
thing from the email. God
This
damn
is
it,
great.
No.
This is great radio.
This is a terrible. This is like the
great
worst
radio.
game of Operation ever.
give me a hint on the email thing.
No, I won't.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Because it's something we definitely cannot talk about because it's not our secret to tell.
Oh no, it's not that. Whatever that is.
Okay.
I still don't know what that is. But
They
You
are,
do know what that is, but I'm not going to remind you of it.
okay. But no.
the password
This
is Amazon Prime Day, too.
The thing you and I are working on, I showed to
Yes.
somebody, and they had really nice things to say about it. That's all.
Good.
it really-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I
No,
assume that's cool on a person-to-person basis to share.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. I to be honest, like that is your secret.
Okay.
You can tell whomever you would like because it's your project.
Okay. Then I'm gonna
what?
I can already think of 3 people I'm gonna send it to sooner rather than later and see what can happen, and then we'll see where it goes beyond that.
Yeah. No, I'm pumped. I'm super thrilled because I really like the idea.
Feedback has been universally very positive.
Awesome. Yeah, I got through most of the script, the pilot script.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Ooh, something that
whoops.
has a pilot.
Uh-oh,
script.
something that has a first
Oops.
part that goes somewhere.
Looks like we got a guest.
We do. John, can you hear us?
Hey guys, yes I can. Can you hear me okay?
All right,
Man,
on.
you're coming in perfect.
Holy cow, it's John Cullen. So we
Oh,
have to
good.
pretend
Hi.
like you're not here for the first act because
Okay.
we're so awkward, but it seems like everything's
Sure.
working.
No, that's fine. I can pretend I'm not here. I'm good. I'm good at that. That's what I do mostly on my own podcast. It's a good move if you can do it. You know, just pretend like you're not there and collect a paycheck.
You pull
That's
the
really what
Homer
it's all
Simpson's
about.
brain where it says, "You could stay, but I'm leaving," and then it
Yes,
just ghosts out.
exactly.
Well, number one, you've
Exactly.
already won the game if you've put in the phrase on my podcast along with and draw a paycheck. So that is
There it is,
congratulations
baby.
to you. You
That's what it's
already
up to.
you
Thank
already in the
you.
1%.
Thank you. I'm trying my best. It's all we can do. Thank you for wearing a
Exactly.
Blocked Party shirt on the show. I
yeah.
do appreciate that. That's very nice.
Yeah. Apparently, I was filmed wearing one of these on one of our YouTube videos.
I was literally just about to say, were you the guy who was wearing it in that tech video?
Yeah. So, Brian, you remember the
Okay,
video
hell
we
yeah.
shot with Jason getting the RFID?
Yeah,
And he's-
yeah. Oh, you were wearing
I was
that?
wearing the
Oh,
shirt
that's
that day,
awesome.
and someone in the comments noticed, and I guess must have sent it to John and Stefan.
Oh, that's fantastic. God, I'm so tempted
Yeah.
to start saying things and starting the conversation, but I want to save it for the show.
That's okay. Save it for the show, baby. I'm
Okay.
trying to get my
Yeah.
webcam straight here, and it's not working. But it's okay. The
What-
Block Party sign will be like diagonal while I'm on
Oh
the
no,
show.
it looks good.
Yeah,
it connects to the edges mostly.
Yeah.
it's
whatever,
funny
who
because it's
cares?
a bit like the Ted Lasso
it.
believe sign because the blocked party is askew and then it's
Yeah.
compensating askew.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably hanging. Yeah, it's definitely not hung straight. I'm not a good, we don't, you know, we're not pros. We don't care about that kind of thing.
Can I ask some bullshit questions since we're just in pre-show? So,
Yeah.
bullshit questions that are not as interesting as what we'll get to in the show. You're in, is it Vancouver or?
I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, yes.
And I did pop in over at your website and it said tour. Do you make it down in the United States often, or where do you usually tour?
You're,
Back in the before times when touring was a
that
thing
wa-
that
well,
we did.
You know, I'm going to be honest, for how bad your country is, very stingy about letting people into it. I don't know what that's about, but they don't want to let people in. It's weird. I have, if you're in the entertainment business, the United States isn't interested in you. They're like, okay, either be famous in your own country or don't come here. We have no interest. So
I mean,
I am not
that's also
famous in
kind of a
Canada.
mutual thing with Canada, right? Because
I've heard it's really, really hard.
Isn't
I've
like
had
it's
a couple
mandated?
friends that have been turned away at the border because there are Canadians that could do the job of doing a show for 30 people in some random club in Montreal.
I mean, it's not hard to get into Canada. If you're a performer who is like decently known, I guess it's like the same kind of thing. If you're like a smaller performer in the States and you're trying to perform in Canada, they're not into it. But like, as far as getting like a performance visa and stuff like that in Canada, it's very easy to do compared to the States, which is a lot harder. So I pretty much never performed in the States.
I've heard that the best way to get into Canada is by employing a strategy called lying and saying
that you're here to you're like, I'm here to smoke your weed. I hear it's legal.
The one thing that I eventually heard was you're consulting with a company like that, but you are being hired as a consultant.
Oh, you know what?
Company.
I think I truthfully said I'm here for this hacker convention or whatever it was. Like I didn't mention the fact that I was being paid to do my stage show there or whatever. And so I was truthful in that I was there to go to that convention.
Yeah, I think say forest consulting. I mean, that's really good. Yeah. If you can get that business. I mean, big forestry, big lumber guy.
Yeah, exactly. And then you start naming
people up here.
Start naming like, well, I mean, obviously with Eco Leaf. I mean, I'm not some fucking forest floor dickhead. Am I right? Like, they'll clear you right the fuck through. Yeah.
Like I'm here for the forestry. That's what this visa's for. See, it's a little tree humor for you. No,
exactly.
Never mind.
Okay.
All right, never mind.
Wow, good.
And then hit him with pine needles.
Pre-show.
It's just a dead. Yeah, well, we're like, whoa, why are you wasting this gold?
Yeah, and that was a pre-show level joke.
Yeah,
it's
nice. You got to get warmed up. You got to do some free throws.
And then it's just a fistful of pine needles right in the eye. Ninja roll out. And like, fuck you.
Yeah,
pig.
I went to the University of British Columbia, and one of the graduates of that university is very high up in Macmillan Bloedel, which is one of the largest forestry companies on earth, and he donated like some absurd amount. So the nicest building on the UBC campus is the forestry building. It's like built from like all this old reclaimed wood, and it's just like absolutely gorgeous inside. Everyone tries to get in to study. It got to the point where they had to give forestry students like swipe cards to get in like at after 8 p.m. because so many kids wanted to study in there. They're like, no, this is for the forestry kids.
Yeah,
and forestry is like the easiest faculty to get into. Yeah, exactly. It's such an easy faculty
what are you trying to be, a doctor? Fuck off.
Yeah, get out of here.
The only surgeon we want here is a tree surgeon. Get bent.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know how to tell how old a tree is? No, get the fuck out.
Exactly. Hey, lawyer, get your books. They offends the forestry people. We're on the opposite side of that shit.
Unless
fuck
it's
off.
Tree law. What do you got in the fucking terms of tree law?
Tree law. Yeah.
It's only told from the rustling of the leaves.
Yeah, the Macmillan Bloedel guys also paid for the first ever tree law school. So it's right beside the forestry.
It's nothing but precedence about what happens when somebody cuts down a branch that's over their fence. like in every suburban scuffle.
They saw that Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode and said, "Oh, we could do that."
Hey, before we get started, Bryce, how was your day?
My day was pretty good. Putting together the monster match for today. We got a good game for y'all today.
Man,
what?
You wrote it in the text thread. For the life of me, like hand on a Bible, save my family's life. I'm not entirely sure I could describe or remember how the monster match game goes.
That's perfect.
Oh, you can.
You'll know it when we do it.
I'm sure I'll remember it the moment we get started.
You'll know it immediately.
This is, I think, the third time we've done it. It would be very funny if this is just how every time we do it.
I'm telling you, man, I can't hold on to any of it. It just
no.
drops
You'll know the muscle memory on this one. This is a very specific kind of game.
Okay, all right.
Remember All right. Well, we're gonna get started here in about 5 minutes. If anyone needs to go take a drink, get a drink, use the bathroom, freshen up.
John, real quick, give me all the obvious stuff on your Wikipedia page. Like you lived in Canada your whole life, and all that stuff.
Fears, dreams.
Totally. I definitely have a Wikipedia page as well. For sure, for real. It's been edited so many times. By
people who are definitely not me, I swear.
Yeah, exactly. There's a much more famous John Cullen who played in the NHL. So he gets all the.
Oh yeah.
He gets all the. There he is, right there.
I love to imagine Brian studied this before starting.
You know what's funny? I definitely called it up because we've gotten in a groove lately where we tend to bring on old friends that we haven't seen in a while. And so when I knew that we had a new fresh face, I was like, well, I should Google. And then I saw NHL and I was like, this doesn't seem like the right guy. And so then I'm burning material that I wanted to talk about on the show.
Thanks for thinking I wouldn't play in the NHL. No. This isn't the guy at all. I've seen pictures of him. There's no chance it's him.
This is the story that I was trying to hold on for the show, but I ended up listening to an episode of Blocked Party, and it happened to be the Jack Allison episode. And about 15 minutes in, you start to talk about how there's a more famous John Cullen. I'm like, preach, brother. I know this.
Nice. Yeah, if I had a Wikipedia page, it would read that I'm a high school teacher born and raised in Canada. I was born in Toronto, or just outside Toronto, lived there for 14 years, moved to Vancouver, or a suburb of Vancouver. I've been here ever since. I've been doing comedy for a decade. About Blocked Party, obviously. What else? I also have a new metal podcast called the POD Cast.
Such a great fucking name. Oh my God, what a great fucking name.
We spelled cast with a K, like corn. Just
of course, yeah.
No,
I love that this genre is getting recognized again. Like I feel like there's like a new wave. There's a new wave of appreciating that like mid to late 90s, early aughts era of like just like rock radio was dying. And so there was just like this fuck it. It was like simultaneously as popular as it would ever get and as totally fucking unhinged where everybody was throwing shit against the wall. It was kind of rad.
Oh, yeah. I don't know that a genre has ever like come into and then faded out as quickly. Like disco had a solid like almost decade. New metal was like 3 years. Like
maybe the closest I could think of is ska. Ska was hot for about 12 minutes.
But ska survived as a subgenre. Like new metal was like fucking year 1 arenas, year 2 stadiums, year 3 none of them are employed.
Crickets.
Like all of them, like it was just gone. It was like Kaiser Soze getting into the car, never to be seen again.
Yeah, it was a wild time. It burned hot and it burned fast. And like a lot of the bands are still doing it. But yeah, as far as the actual zenith of popularity, it faded out.
Well, because
so quickly.
because rock radio was gone, and then MTV was like, fuck it. Like if as soon as Limp Bizkit and Korn weren't hot, it was like, all right, I guess dance rock is the new thing. So Strokes and everybody else, come on in. You're rock music now. Everything else is pop and rap.
Totally.
Did you guys?
It's a wild time.
Let me make my make my run here.
Okay, go for it, Jesse.
Sorry, I almost asked a question, but I'm going to wait until the show proper to ask it. So don't take my silence as a failure.
We had some tech talk earlier. You guys going to get the new iPhone 12?
Outside of the form factor, is there and I guess the OLED screen?
Yeah, there's a nicer screen. There's the new faster chip. It has the flat edge design, kind of like
which I do like. I do like that a lot.
Yeah. It has MagSafe, so you can magnetically your covers and cases and all can connect with magnets, so you can do wireless charging easier. And then more durable displays. Really, like not a. It didn't seem like there was a lot of.
It didn't seem like an upgrade year from what I read.
If you had last year's, I think that's the case. I have. Yeah, that's I mentioned I have a 2-year-old phone, so I probably will upgrade.
I'm gonna get used to this crack right here in the corner of this guy. Another year. Me and my roommate.
I forgot that I got myself on the upgrade thing.
Oh, nice.
So I can just get another one.
Oh, and and 5G. You can get
I can get
coronavirus 5G.
Exactly.
Coronavirus 5G.
Exactly. And all of a sudden I hear fucking Bill Gates speaking Latin in my ears because that's how I become a fucking a slave module to coronavirus.
He looks at you and says, "Ipsum lorem, ipsum lorem, ipsum lorem."
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Brian, you good on drinks?
Yeah, I'm all good.
You good? Okay,
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to start the shit then.
Let's dive in. Okay, so we're gonna pretend you're not here, John.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're gonna do a short.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I'll
do
go
a
back
pretty
into the
short
shadows.
first act, and then we'll jump in.
We'll introduce you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, folks, here we go.